Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a level 3 strength building combination class. So we don't get into anything too technically difficult in terms of yoga poses. So there's no arm balances, there's no inversions or anything like that. But we do a lot of very specific strength building work with a little bit of flow thrown in. So the purpose of this class is to kind of teach you how to load through your body when you're going through a quicker flow class, because, and not even just in yoga, like in your day-to-day life, because a lot of us have like back pain and knee pain and things like that, and sometimes it can be just because we're not loading through our bodies properly. It's a very common thing, and it's often a really protective thing if you've had an injury or it can be whatever. But the idea of this class is to kind of teach you how to feel into your body and where you may or may not be loading. I also apologize because I do have a cold, so I sound terrible, but bear with me. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend. And if you've got comments or feedback, please let me know in the comments section below. I really enjoy hearing from you. We are going to get started today at the top of the mat in Tadasana. We get started pretty quickly with a bunch of active mobility stuff. So if there's anything that you need to do to warm up or get into your breath or anything like that, as always, please do that first, and then I will be in Tadasana at the top of the mat. Standing at the top of your mat in Tadasana, ground down evenly through both feet. Take a nice deep inhale, raise up onto the toes, ground down through your big toes. Don't let your ankles roll out. And then as you exhale, you're going to stay on the toes. You're going to start to bend the knees. We're going to bring the hips all the way down to the heels. If hips to the heels is too much, you just come as low as you can. You're going to stay on the toes, keep grounding down through the big toes. Bring your hands down towards the floor. Maybe they hover. As you start to straighten your legs, send your hips up. As you inhale, you're going to bend the knees again, bring the hips back to the heels or to hover. And then as you exhale, we're going to come all the way to stand. We're going to keep standing on the toes. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to start to lower to your lowest comfortable point. Stay on the toes. Take an inhale. Start to send the hips up towards the sky. As you exhale, come back into your little squat. Take an inhale down here. And then as you exhale, press all the way to standing. We do one more here. Inhale at the top. Exhale, start to slowly come all the way down. So it might take you a couple of breath cycles to get down there. On your next inhale, you're going to start to straighten the knees, forward fold, heels up. And then you're going to start to bend the knees, take an inhale in your little crouch. And then as you exhale, come all the way to standing. We're going to stay up on the tippy toes here. You're going to come back into your little crouch. This time as you inhale, you're going to send the torso back. You're going to drop the knees to the floor. As you exhale, you're going to lift the knees. You're going to drop the heels, drop the hips, Navasana boat pose. As you inhale, low boat. Exhale, boat. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, boat. We've got 4 more here. Come back to your boat pose with or without the use of your hands. You're going to come back into your little crouch, lift the heels, and then you're going to lift the hips all the way to the sky. You're going to drop the heels. On your next inhale, you're going to draw the right knee to the chest, come all the way to stand on the right leg. And then as you exhale, see if you can lift the left heel. Drop the right toes down, start to sink back down into your little squat. Drop the knees to the floor as the torso comes back, tap the knees. And then as you exhale, come back into your little toe stand. Keep going, heels find the floor with control, hips find the floor. As you inhale, low boat, maybe this time hands reach overhead. And then as you exhale, see if you can keep them overhead, come back to your boat. Inhale, your low boat. Exhale, boat. We'll do 4 more. Last one. With or without the use of your hands, you'll come back into your little squat. Keep your heels up as you start to straighten your legs, send the hips to the sky. Ground down through the heels this time as you come to stand. Left knee comes to the chest. Inhale. As you exhale, see if you can raise the right heel off the floor. Keep it up. Left ball of the foot finds the floor. We're going to come back into our little squat as you inhale. As you exhale, see if you can tap the knees. Inhale, come back into your little squat. As you exhale, come through your malasana, drop the heels. This time we're going to stay upright in through the torso. As you inhale, you're going to straighten your knees without moving your torso. See if you can hover your heels above the floor. And then as you exhale, draw your knees back towards your chest. Inhale, lengthen the legs away from you. You should feel this a lot in your low abs. Hello, puppy. And then as you exhale, you'll come back up. If you want to make this harder for the last 4, you can reach your hands up overhead or reach them a little bit behind your head. Draw the heels in towards the butt with or without the hands. Come back to your little crouch. Up onto the toes, start to straighten the legs. See if you can stay on your toes this time as you come all the way to stand on the left leg. That right knee will come to the chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to straighten the right knee out in front of you, still on your left toes if you can be. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, set the right foot down. Bend in through both knees. We've got one more round of this little sequence variation. See if you can tap the knees to the floor, torso back. Lift the knees. Come through your malasana. Slowly lower your hips to the floor. Come into your boat pose. This time, similar to last time, your torso stays still. You'll inhale, send those legs long to hover above the floor. As you exhale, split the legs wider than your mat. Inhale them together. Exhale, draw the knees to the chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, split. Inhale together. Exhale, knees to chest. Hands up to make this harder. Hands in front of you or on the floor to make this easier. We do 3 more. Draw the heels in towards the butt with or without the hands. Come back to your little crouch. Start to straighten the legs. See if you can stay on the right toes. You're going to come all the way to standing. Bring the left knee to the chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to straighten the left knee. Kick it out in front of you. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, set both feet down, heels to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank pose. Wrists underneath the shoulders or slightly in front. Gentle grip at the mat with your palms, with your fingertips, so that you're not just pressing flat into your palms. Think of pressing the floor away. Don't hyperextend your elbows. So if you think about weight transfer, you want to use the muscles in your arms. Use your biceps, use your triceps. Don't just transfer all the load into your neck and your shoulders. You can stay here. Otherwise, keeping the rest of the body still, you're just going to inhale, relax the right knee so that it hangs. It should kind of just hang loose like a pendulum. And then exhale, straighten. Inhale, let the left knee bend without dropping the pelvis. Exhale, straighten. Where are your elbows? See if you can point them to the back of the room. Little micro bend. Exhale, straighten the right knee. Inhale, bend the left. Exhale to straighten. Do 3 more on each side. You're going to shift forward, lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes as you inhale, peel the chest for baby cobra. Press the pubic bone down. And then as you exhale, roll down the front of your body. Inhale, peel up baby cobra. Lengthen the lower back. It doesn't matter how high you come. Exhale, bring it down. We'll do 3 more like this. Last one. You're going to reach your hands out in front of you. Your palms are going to face down to start. You're going to take an inhale here. As you exhale, your chest is going to lift a little bit. Press your pubic bone down. Float your hands. Your arms are going to sweep behind you. At some point, your palms will flip towards the sky. See if you can touch your hands behind your lower back, like just above your sacrum. And then you'll reverse. You'll sweep those arms all the way towards the front of the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hands come under the shoulders, tuck under the toes. Inhale here. Lift the knees if you can. As you exhale, you're going to press all the way to plank. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift the arms and the legs, long Superman. Inhale, big angel sweep or angel wings, like you're making a sand angel on your front. Hands come behind you. As you exhale, reach the arms back out in front, Superman. Inhale, hands under shoulders, tuck the toes. As you exhale, plank pose. Inhale, lower. Exhale, Superman. Inhale, arms sweep behind. Exhale, arms sweep forward. Inhale, hands under shoulders, toes down. Exhale to plank. We'll do 3 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, Superman. Inhale, big sweep with the arms. Exhale, Superman. Inhale, hands and toes. Exhale, press away. 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale, Superman. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, Superman. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, plank. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, we're in plank. Press the floor away, downward facing dog. As you inhale, keep your upper body as it is. You're going to bend your knees. And then as you exhale, just lift halfway. Load into your quads. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, halfway lift. So if you don't feel this in the front of your legs, in the front of your thighs, you either have really, really strong legs or you're probably not pressing back into your legs enough. So I want you to really be loading in through the front of your quads. Or in through the front of your thighs, because your quads are the front of your thighs. I'm going to take 2 more here. You're going to load up, send the hips back to the heels. You're going to look forward. We're coming to chaturanga. So as you inhale, come all the way forward, chaturanga. As you exhale, we're going to press back into that little crouch. Inhale, come all the way forward. Drop your knees if you need. Exhale, press all the way back. We're going to do 4 more here. And then straighten out the knees, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to raise the right leg up to the sky and then step it about half a footprint in front of the left. Inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, step it in front. Inhale, right. Exhale, step. Inhale, left. Exhale, step. So you're really engaging your glutes and the back of your legs as you kick and step. Kick and step until you get your feet all the way to the backs of your wrists. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen here. As you exhale, forward fold. Generous bend in the knees. You're going to roll the length of the spine. And then come all the way to standing. Surya Namaskar A. We're going to do 10 rounds. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float, chaturanga. You can take an up dog, a cobra, or back to plank. Option for a second chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Bend the knees, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float, chaturanga. Up dog, cobra or plank on your inhale. Option for that second chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, everybody plank. Exhale, down dog. Step, walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. We'll pick it up a bit. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your vinyasa. And remember, it can change every time. It doesn't have to look the same. Step, walk, or float to the top. So instead of coming all the way to down dog, see if you can bend your knees straight away into that little crouch. Inhale up. This is round 4. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. You've got 6 more rounds at your own pace. This is my last round. Don't worry if you're not with my pace. You can always pause and finish them in your own time. When you're ready, we'll meet at the top of the mat in Tadasana. We're going to come into chair pose from our Tadasana. So inhale, bend the knees, and then exhale here. We're going to hold here for 5 breaths. We're going to be here for a while. We're going to start to add some single leg variations. For those of you who constantly comment on my videos, this is for you. You can curse my name. I don't mind. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. Make sure you're grounding down through your big toes, but most of your weight is in through your heels. So before we come into our single leg variation, we do something that we don't often do in yoga, and we're going to get kind of really floppy. So you're going to keep your legs really strong, but I want you to bend your upper body as if you're just like letting your upper body hang over your legs. I want you to feel how this feels in your legs and your feet. Your quads are probably going to be talking to you. Your glutes are probably going to be talking to you. But I want you to see if you can shift a little bit of weight into the front of your foot. So I want you to feel like you're loading through your whole foot, not just the outside of your foot and not just through your heels. This is going to help to load up your legs and not just your torso. So I want you to remember this when we come into our single leg variations. Yes, we're still hanging out here, and yes, your legs are probably talking to you. You're going to keep this in your legs. You're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to bring the torso up. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to straighten through your legs, but keep your torso reaching forward, almost like you're making the letter L with your body. And then you're going to inhale. You're going to bend back into those knees. Exhale. Keep the torso parallel with the floor. Start to straighten the legs. You can bring your hands behind your head if you like. Inhale. Bend into those knees. Exhale. Press through the whole foot. Start to straighten the leg. It doesn't have to be all the way. Inhale to bend. We're going to do 3 more like this. Think of engaging your glutes and your hamstrings. Your quads are going to talk to you too. It's going to be our last one. We're going to come back into our chair pose, hands at the line of the shoulders. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to shift weight into that left foot, draw the right knee into the chest. So look down. Has your left knee collapsed into the midline? Are you all wonky through your hips? Have you tried to unload that leg? I want you to sink down into your foot as if your whole upper body is made of concrete and your left foot is the foundation. We're going to hold here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to take that right leg behind you as if you're going to tap the back of the mat, but only your leg is moving. So see if you can extend your right knee. And then as you inhale, you're going to draw that right knee all the way to the chest. So I'm moving from my right hip. Exhale, extend that leg to the back of the mat. And then inhale, bring it in. So I'm not moving anywhere else. I'm just flexing and extending through my right hip. Your left leg is probably talking to you a lot. Sink lower into it. We do 4 more here. Sorry, we're going to do 5 more here. We've got 1 more. Set that right foot down. Inhale. As you exhale, start to get really heavy in the whole of that right foot. Start to lift your left foot. Check out your alignment. Did you hike your left hip? Did you swing your right knee in? See if you can load down into that leg. Get your hip creases back. Press down through your whole foot. Float your arms forward. Take an inhale. As you exhale from the left hip, start to take that leg back behind you. Squeeze your glutes. See if you can extend your leg. Point your toes. And then inhale, draw all the way into the chest. Now we've got our hip flexors. Exhale, we're using our glutes. Inhale, we're using our hip flexors. Woo. We do 6 more here. Keep paying attention to what that right leg is doing. Sink low into it. You take your hands to your hips so that you can manually feel what's going on. We've got 4 more. Last one. Whew. Leg on fire. We're coming back into our chest. Stay low. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Don't get too excited. As you exhale, we're coming back into our chair pose. Now, I want you to raise up onto the tippy toes. So this is harder for 2 reasons. Obviously, you have to balance, but to generate force, it's a lot harder. So what we're going to do here is you're going to inhale, sink a little lower, and then you're going to exhale, come up halfway. Inhale, sink a little lower. Exhale, come up halfway. We do 8 more of these. And what you'll notice is you'll probably feel this a lot more in your quads. So it's a lot harder to drive power out of your lower body when you're just on the ball of your foot. We've got 2 more. You're going to stay on your toes. Stay in that squat. Take your hands to your hips if you need to. You're going to shift weight into that left foot. Keep your left big toe down. As you exhale, the right knee is coming up into the chest. You can hold on to something if you need to. Keep sinking into your hips. Take an inhale here. We're going to do the same thing. As you exhale, you're going to send that right leg back behind you. See if you can point the toes. And then as you inhale, you're going to draw it in towards the chest. As you exhale, you're going to send that leg back behind you. Try not to twist with your torso. Don't borrow from your waist. Inhale. Bring that knee back in towards you. So I can feel that I'm wanting to twist my pelvis. I'm going to try and correct that as much as I can. So don't think that any extra movement is like a terrible, terrible thing. The yoga gods are not going to come into your living room and strike you down. But they're just things that we want to be aware of because they translate into other parts of our life. So we can bring awareness to them here and see if we can play around with them, then injuries or things that we might have in other areas of our life might start to go away. Don't worry, I am counting. We're going to do 4 more to take us to 8. Ooh. We're going to come back into that balanced chair. So back onto both tippy toes. Take a break anytime you need to. Even I need to take a break sometimes. Now we'll ground down through the right foot. So really ground down through the ball of the whole ball of the foot. So the big toe and the pinky toe side. On your next exhale, you'll start to lift that left knee to the chest. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, see if you can take that leg back behind you. Where's your knee going? Try and stabilize it. Engage your glute. Inhale, bring the left knee back to the chest. As you exhale, send it back, sink low into that right hip. Inhale, bring it back into the chest. We do 6 more here. Hardest thing you have to do today. Maybe. One more. Oof. Come back to your balanced chair. One more breath, inhale. Drop those heels as you exhale, forward fold. Take a nice deep inhale, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, step back, high plank pose. Who would have known? You would have been so glad to get to your high plank. Don't get too excited. It's one of my classes. You know we're not going to make this easy for long. Turn those elbows towards the backs of the room. Engage your thighs. Lift your hips a little bit. Ground down through your feet. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press down into the right foot. Right hand is going to tap the right shoulder. The left shoulder. And then inhale, set it down. Exhale, left hand to right shoulder. Inhale, set it down. So now our stabilizing joints here, obviously our wrists and our shoulders, but stuck in the middle is our elbows. So it's really easy just to press your elbows forward and flick out into hyperextension. You've just essentially just transferred all the load up into your shoulders and your neck. So see if you can actively take a little bit of a bend in through that elbow. Send the elbows towards the back of the room and really engage through your legs and your abs. Relax your neck. And this is something that I'm also super guilty of. So if you go back and look through all my videos and point out all the times that I'm hyperextending, it's probably a lot. But we're here to get stronger and work on new things. We do 2 more on each side. You're going to come into your plank. You're going to ground down through that right hand. We're going to make this a little bit harder. So your left fingertips are going to tap your right shoulder, so you're not gripping on. And then you're going to float your right leg. So try and even out through your pelvis. Make sure you're not hyperextending that elbow. Take an inhale. As you exhale, like we did in that chair, without moving the rest of your body, draw your right knee in towards your chest. And then inhale, you're going to extend it back. Exhale, use your hip flexor to draw your knee towards you, and then inhale, you'll send it back. We're just going to do 3 more here. Set that right foot down, set that left hand down. Whew, that is no joke. Ground down through your left hand. Even off through your pelvis as you take your right hand, lightly tap the shoulder. You can always set your right knee down if you need to. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to float that left leg. Unlock your elbow. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw that left knee forward. And then inhale. Slowly send it back. We'll do 4 more. One more. Send it back, plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga. Come back to plank, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. Look towards the top of the mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose as you inhale. We're going to make this into a Surya B. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, bring it down. Remember your alignment here. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float, your vinyasa. Remember, you can always skip them. Right leg will sweep to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, right knee draws to the chest. Step it all the way through. We're going to come up into crescent lunge, but first you're going to take a little bit of a bend in that back knee. You're going to hover your hands. So once again, our upper body is really heavy. So it's not like a power lunge where we're really extending through our upper body. I want you to be really heavy and collapse into that front leg. I want you to feel the back of your leg working here to support you. And you shift forward a little bit, back and forward into your ankle to make sure that you're grounding through your foot. You're going to keep that in your leg. And now take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to start to reach those hands out in front of you. You'll engage through your spinal erectors, so really lengthen through your spine, but keep that work in through your leg. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. You're going to take your hands behind your head, elbows wide. You're going to hop your back foot in just a little bit, like half a step. As you inhale, you're going to tap your back knee to the floor. Keep your torso forward. As you exhale, press through your front leg. You're going to straighten out as much as you can. It doesn't have to be all the way. Inhale, tap the back knee to the floor. Exhale, straighten out. So I want you to feel a little bit of your inner thigh working, but really the back of your leg working a lot here. We're going to go for 4 more. Now we're going to turn this into crescent lunge. Inhale, sweep those arms all the way to the sky. As you exhale, hands plant. Step the right foot back to float. Swivel to the outside edge of the left foot. Side plank. If you need to set that right foot down, certainly feel free to do so. Once again, unlock that left elbow. Right hip is stacking on top of the left. We're here for 2 more breaths. Keep that right leg floating if you can. Come down into your chaturanga. Back to plank. Chaturanga, option for your up dog or cobra. Option for a third chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sweep that left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, knee to nose, step it all the way forward. So make sure you're wide enough. First of all, let those hands go. Get really heavy in your upper body. Drop your weight into that front foot. Shift forward and back a little bit. So you should already feel your leg starting to work here. You're going to take your hands behind your head. Elbows wide. Take an inhale here. Oh no, sorry, we came into our power lunge first. Come into your power lunge. Engage your legs. Draw your left hip crease back, but keep sending weight down into that left foot. Take 2 more breaths here. Now we'll interlace the fingers behind the head. See if you can move one finger over. Hop your back foot in just about a footprint. As you inhale, you'll tap the back knee to the floor. As you exhale, keep your weight forward. You're going to straighten through that front leg. It probably won't straighten all the way. Inhale, you're going to tap down. Exhale, you're going to press through that front leg. So the reason that it probably won't straighten all the way is because I want you to use the back of the leg and not your quad. We're going to do 6 more here. Keep lengthening through the spine, over that front leg. We'll do one more. Bend into the front knee, bring the torso up, inhale into your crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, hands plant. Keep that left leg floating, swivel to the outside edge of your right foot, side plank. Draw the shoulder blade down the back, unlock the elbow, hips on top of each other. 4 more breaths. Left hand comes down, option to keep that left leg floating. Come down, chaturanga, inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back to chaturanga, inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the top of your mat. Step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, chair. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your vinyasa or skip in. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale. Time, straighten that leg almost. Inhale, come back down into that power lunge. Exhale, reach the arms forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands find the floor. Inhale, right leg back, side plank on the left. And then as you exhale, your vinyasa, remember option for that triple chaturanga situation. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Hands behind the head, load the front leg, take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands find the floor. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga vinyasa. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale to chair. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale to chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your vinyasa. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Hands behind the head, take an inhale. Exhale, start to straighten. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, arms reach. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands down. Side plank as you inhale. Vinyasa as you exhale. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Hands behind the head, inhale. As you exhale, drive power, extend the leg. Inhale to bend. Exhale, reach the arms forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, your vinyasa. I missed the side plank. Go through your vinyasa. Come to plank. Side plank, inhale. And then as you exhale, you'll come through plank. Downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat. Step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into your chair pose. We're coming back into the single leg chair. I know, you love it. It's so much fun. So once again, get heavy through that left leg, ground down through the whole foot. You're going to bring that right knee in towards your chest. You're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, this time, your right knee is going to open out to the side of the mat. So try not to rotate your pelvis with you. I'm just moving within the hip joints. If I turn to face you, my shin is going from facing forward to facing probably at like a 45-degree angle. You probably won't have that much range of movement here. Inhale, you rotate it back in. Exhale, you'll externally rotate it out. We're going to do 4 more here. Pay attention to what that left knee is doing. Sink low into that leg. Okay, we're going to keep that external rotation. So keep the bend in the left knee. So your right knee is facing out towards the side of the mat. Now we're going to add extension. So you're going to bring that leg behind you, and then inhale, the inner edge of your right foot will tap your left calf. Exhale, take that leg behind you, but don't rotate your hips. So my hips are facing forward like headlights. Inhale, bring it back. This is active mobility in that right hip. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bring it in. So if you're a dancer, this is probably really easy for you. If you're a regular pleb like me, it might not be so much. We're going to do 3 more. Last one. Ow, my left leg is on fire. Come back into your chair pose. Take an inhale. Ground down through that right leg. As you exhale, left knee comes to the chest. So really establish that strong right leg. Hips face forward. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to externally rotate. So that left leg rotates open like a door. And then as you inhale, bring it back in. Pelvis stays facing forward. Exhale. Rotate the femur in the hip. Inhale. Bring it back in. We've got 3 more. Ooh, someone is smoking outside of my house. Bad timing, friend. This is going to be our last one. We're going to keep that rotation. You're just going to send your leg back behind you. So don't rotate your left hip back. Keep your hips facing forward. As you exhale, you'll squeeze your glutes, leg lifts behind you. Inhale, bring it in. Keep the rotation. Exhale, squeeze it back. Inhale, bring it in. Keep dropping into that right leg. We've got 4 more. Come back to your chair pose. Take an inhale. Ooh, exhale, forward fold. How are those legs? Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step it back. High plank pose. Ground down through your left hand, outside edge of the left foot. Drop your knee if you need to, or stagger your feet. Side plank. Take your right hand to your right hip. Right hip keeps facing the front of the room. As you exhale, you're going to turn your right toes as far up towards the sky as you can. So I can't go very far, and that's okay. You're going to take an inhale here. Keep that rotation. As you exhale, you'll start to lift your leg. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, bring it down. So you're trying not to rotate up towards the sky like that. Keep your hips facing forward, but rotate your femur so your toes face up. Again, active mobility. We'll do 1 more here. And then you'll come back through your plank pose. Take an inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. We're going to hold for 5, 4, sneaky chaturanga hold, 3, 2, 1, press the floor away, side plank, second side. Right hand grounds, unlock that elbow, hand to the left hip to make sure that it's facing forward, and then turn those left toes up towards the sky. Keep that rotation in the femur. Take an inhale. As you exhale, see if you can lift the leg. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale it down. We'll go 6 more. One more. Come back through plank. Not so sneaky, chaturanga hold. Come forward, lower down. We're here for 10, 9, lift the hips, 8, lift the shoulders, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, engage your thighs for 2, lower all the way to the floor on 1. Beautiful. I'm going to take my mic off so you can still hear me. So you're going to keep your forehead down on the mat. We've done these before in a bunch of my classes. So this is very specifically for your rotator cuff and your shoulders. You're going to bring your arms out into a goalpost position. Press your feet back down, lengthen your lower back. Press your pubic bone down, keep your forehead down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift your arms off the ground in that cactus position. So you can lift your head for a second and take a peek. If you're flaring your fingers up towards the sky, I want you to bring them down in line with your forearms, and I want you to see if you can get your shoulders in line or on the same height, elbows on the same height as your shoulders and wrists on the same height as your elbows. As you inhale, you're going to reach your fingers forward as far as you can. And then as you exhale, slide them back. So try and relax your neck here and try and keep your arms on the same level like you're sliding them along a table. So the ways that your body's going to want to cheat here is you're going to want to drop your elbows and bring your wrists up, or you're going to want to draw your elbows up and drop your wrists down. Or you're going to want to flare through your fingers. It really just depends on your body's compensation mechanism. I want you to really work on keeping all those joints on the same level. Can you feel the back of your arms working yet? We're going to do 4 more here. The last one. And then bring it down. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders, knees up or down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, come back to plank pose. Send it all the way up, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of your mat, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, raise onto the toes. Inhale, come all the way down to the heels. Exhale, tap the knees. Inhale, come into your crouch. Exhale, hips to the floor. Inhale, boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, boat. Exhale, plant the feet with or without the hands. Inhale, tap the knees again. As you exhale, come into your little toe stand. We're going to come up halfway, or not even halfway, just bring your butt off your heels. So you should really feel your quads working here. And now we're going to take a little march of the feet. So we're going to lift the left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. So the goal here is to keep your butt as low as you can. You're probably not going to lift very high off the ground, and that's okay. And you're probably going to feel your quads working a lot. We do 3 more on each side. 2, 1. You're going to bring your hips back to the heels. Tap the knees. Inhale. As you exhale, come back to your crouch. Hips to the heels. Boat pose. Inhale. As you exhale, low boat. Inhale, boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, boat. Plant the feet. Exhale. This time, depending on your flexibility, your heels may already be on the floor, but you're going to come up into a crouch that's low enough that you can keep your heels on the floor, but not so high that you're, high enough that you can get your heels to the floor, but not so high that you're in a chair pose. Take your feet a little bit wider. You bring your hands behind your head. I find this ridiculously difficult, but you might not. We're going to come into that little march again. So don't collapse in through your chest. Try and keep active through your chest. As you exhale, right foot lifts, inhale down. Left foot, inhale down. Right, inhale down. Exhale, inhale down. So the goal here is to try not to come up and down in your chest. You want to stay loaded in your legs. Again, we've got this real active mobility, trying to draw our knee almost up towards our elbow. Draw the elbows away from each other. Sink the hips down. We're going to do 4 more on each side. You're going to come back to the top of your mat. Inhale into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float, vinyasa or skip it. Inhale, sweep that right leg up. Exhale, step it through. We're coming into warrior 2, cartwheel all the way open. So think about the same principles about grounding down through your foot, and then think about what we were doing in that chair pose where we were externally rotating. So same muscles, we're trying to turn the femur in the hip socket without just borrowing from the pelvis. So sink low into your leg, draw your knee like a door out, and then see if you can swivel your left side of your rib cage towards the back of the mat. Extend your arms. We've been here a while. We're going to take 5 more breaths. You're going to flip your front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, left hand's going to find the floor. We're coming into our side plank once again. Feel free to drop your bottom knee if you need to. Keep that top hip still. We're going to inhale, tap the front of your mat. And then as you exhale, you're going to swing that right leg behind you. So it's like a rainbow. Inhale, lift up and tap. Exhale, lift up and tap back. You're tapping either way, but you're making a big rainbow with your legs. But once again, you're trying not to borrow from the rest of your body. So this is actually quite hard on the side of your hip if you're doing it properly. We do one more. Inhale into your side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. We're going to hold. We're going to do 4 mini push-ups for 4, 3. Whole body goes with you. 2, 1. Chaturanga. Plank pose. Downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. We're coming into warrior 2, second side. We're going to be here for about 8 breaths. Set up your alignment. I won't burden you with it a second time. Three more breaths. You'll flip your front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, cartwheel that right hand down to the floor. Inhale into your side plank. Left hand to the left hip. Take an exhale. You're going to tap that right foot forward, and then as you inhale, big arc back, but don't move the rest of your body. Exhale forward, inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. We're going to do 4 more. And then you'll come back through your plank pose. We're going to lower down chaturanga. We're going to take those mini push-ups again. We're going to do 8 for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the floor away. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. You're going to step, walk, or float through to a seat. We're nearly done. Okay. So make sure you've got a little bit of room in front of you and a little bit of room behind you to roll all the way up and down your spine. So you're going to plant your feet. You're going to roll down your spine. As you inhale, reach your arms overhead. As you exhale, without flinging your arms, you're going to plant down through your heels and then roll yourself back up your spine like a sit-up. Your right leg is going to cross underneath your left knee, almost parallel to the front of the mat. You're going to come up to stand on your right shin, so you're in a half kneeling position. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to come all the way to stand on the left leg, tap the left, elbow to the right knee, and then we'll reverse. So we'll start to unwind. The right knee will come to the floor. You'll tuck the toes over towards the left side of your mat. Sit your hips down. Come all the way back. Inhale, reach those arms overhead. As you exhale, with control, come into a sit-up. This time, left leg crosses under. Press down into the shin to come up into that kneeling position. Press into the right foot. Come all the way to standing. Twist. Right elbow, left knee. Reverse it. Left knee comes down. Find a breathing pattern that's working for you. Hips come down. Roll down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit up. Right leg crosses under. Plant into the shin. Come all the way to stand on the left foot. Twist. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, sit it down. Roll down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit up. Left leg crosses. Come to kneeling. Plant through the right foot. Twist. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, come all the way down. We're going to do 2 more on each side. Take it at your own pace. And then we'll roll it all the way onto our backs. So I don't know which way I'm going to be facing here. We'll try it this way. I'm going to have my right leg extended long. My left knee is bent. We'll go through slowly first. So same thing. You're going to come into a sit-up. You're going to plant your hands to the right side of your mat. You're going to pick up your right leg. We're going to do a little switch. So your right leg will come under. You'll swing that left leg through to the back of your mat. And now we're on the other side. So now my right knee is bent. My left leg is long. I'll roll down. I'll roll up. Plant my hands to the left side of the mat. Pick up my hips. Do a little jump switch through. And then come down. We'll go through one more time each slowly. Sit up, hands to the right, jump switch those feet, left leg swings to the back of the mat. Roll all the way down. Roll all the way up, plant the hands to the left, switch it through, and then come down. We're going to do 10 more. You can pick up the pace here. So the last one. Land back at the top of the mat. We're going to take a brief little reverse table. So plant both of your hands behind you, fingers in whatever direction is good for you. Feet can plant in front of you. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift your hips up. As you inhale, you're just going to tap your hips to the floor. Exhale to lift. If you prefer to stay in the table, if that feels better for your shoulders, then feel free to just stay up there. Otherwise, you're pressing down through your whole foot, really squeezing your glutes at the top. You can stay here. Otherwise, we can start to bring a little balance element into it. So you'll inhale, tap. Keep your hips even as you exhale, left leg floats. Inhale, tap your hips. Exhale, right foot to table. Inhale, release. We do 4 more on each side. A little bend in the elbows. One more each side. And then you bring it all the way down. We're going to take a seated twist. So you can either come into a Sukhasana, easy leg cross position. Otherwise, you can swing that right leg under, snap your left foot over for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Take the left hand behind you, inhale, sweep the right arm up. And then as you exhale, you'll either hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, or you'll hug around that arm. Wherever you go, prioritize sitting up nice and tall through your spine. Keep the legs as they are. You'll just do a brief rotate to the other side. And then wherever you are, you're going to switch the legs. So if you're in an easy seat, you'll put the other leg in front. If you're in Ardha Matsyendrasana, left leg under, right leg over, right hand behind. Inhale, reach long through the spine. And then as you exhale, come into your twist. And then you'll briefly de-rotate to the other side. And then we're going to roll down onto our back. We're just going to take a little figure 4 bridge to stretch those hips out. If you prefer to come to pigeon or something like that, feel free to go for it. Otherwise, you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee. You could come to reclined pigeon here as well. If you're coming to reverse table or to figure 4 bridge, you'll lift your hips up. Make sure you don't just drop your right hip down. You'll lose the stretch. So your hips are even, but you're letting your right knee open down towards the ground. Arms can come into a cactus for a little shoulder chest opening. And then wherever you are, you'll change directions. And then bring it down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Feel free to find any other movements that you feel like you need. Maybe coming into a happy baby or a hamstring stretch, whatever you need, find that now. And then when you're ready, you'll take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then a big open mouth exhale. Find your final resting position. Wherever you are, I encourage you to turn your palms up towards the sky and close down your eyes, even if you're just here for a moment. As always, thank you so much for practicing with me today. Today, as you go forward, may you have calmness in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and generosity in your heart. Namaste.